From a youngster to a not so youngster, but playing like he is one, Sergio Ramos has been playing with Monterrey for a little over a week and has already scored his signature goal, a header. His first goal came in the 57th minute in last night's 4-2 win against Santos. So it wasn't in the 93rd minute, but still getting a good one on here, Barak.
Yeah, I mean, 2 games, 1 goal, not bad. He didn't come to score. We knew that headers are his thing, right? And it was a good goal, and it was in the right moment. Still, when you think about a guy who hasn't played for almost 9 months, and you see in the very first minute, he lost his man. It wasn't goal. But then, in the second play from Santos, he was too slow in the offside, and it wasn't offside because of him. So, of course, you see the goal, and you say, wow, he was fantastic. But actually, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah. Herc?
Boo! What am I hearing right now?
I'm sorry.
Wait, come on, Chris. I've been very critical of your team. I've been critical
really?
of
Rayados.
Really? and what is the thing I always say lacks on that team? They are pecho frios. They have no blood running through their veins. They're the type of team that it's just meh, ice cold, and not the good ice cold. This is a team that spends an enormous amount of money, unlike any other team in Liga MX, and yet they get into these incredible positions where character should come out. The personality of a winner, and these players don't have that personality. And finally, here it is. You get that guy who's got ice in the veins, who brings out that boiling blood, la sangre, and you're gonna sit here and say he wasn't great? I tell you, what I've seen from this team with Sergio Ramos plays is that you've got talented players who now believe in each other, who now have somebody holding them accountable. He's 39 years old. He hasn't played in 8.5 months. What did we think was going to happen? That it was going to be all there right now? No. I think this is still a work in progress, but what I've seen so far, with the problems Tigres is having right now, this is a scary, scary team if they can infuse that blood that Sergio Ramos has, that winning DNA into that mentality.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get to the neighbors. We'll get to Tigres here eventually. I will say for Sergio Ramos, and I think it was on Football Americas, I think it was you and Mauricio asking me. It was either here or it was in Ahora o Nunca. But the point is that I was looking forward to seeing Sergio Ramos on this team specifically because of what you just said, Herc. However, I also said that it's been a while since Monterrey center backs have been solid and have had someone as a leader. I don't want to see him get beat that easy. This is Sergio Ramos, right? But at the end of the day, he's 38, and I'm not saying that's because of a lack of talent or because he doesn't want you. Clearly, he wants to be there. I loved how excited he got when he scored that goal. He went to the crowd and wanted to pump them up. That's exactly what I want to see. I'm sure what the players want to see, what Tato wants to see, and at the end of the day, what the fans really just want to see, Herc.
Yeah, Chris, what about when Sergio Canales scores the goal? If you can pan into Sergio Ramos, he goes over to the Osa and he shakes the Osa to wake up. Wake up. Like, that's the type of player you want there. Like, you want somebody holding others accountable. I can't for the life of me tell you how many times I've seen Monterrey play and just say, yeah, all the talent in the world, but when it comes to having aguacates, where are they? When it comes to really breaking that character, really breaking out that personality, where is it?
Plus the long balls. I mean, he can lack speed. He can lack, concentration, as he used to have. I mean, actually, even in his prime, concentration wasn't his very first skill. But when it comes to long balls, headers, especially in the other box, then it doesn't matter how old he is. He will be good at long balls. He will be good at headers. He will be a leader. I don't know if a good leader. I think he will be. And what amazes me is 2 games, no yellow cards, no red cards, and only 1 foul. So far, so good.
Knock on wood.
Only one foul against Santos, 0 against San Luis.
He's 39 in March. He's 39 at the end of this month, and he's one of the all-time greats at the defensive position, at the center back position. He's arguably, listen to what I'm saying right now, he's arguably Spain's best player of all time.
Very arguably.
But you agree that there's an argument to be made with his CV
because
that
there's
he's the
no
best
Zidane
Spanish
in
player
Spain,
of all time.
there's no Maradona in Spain, there's no Pelé in Spain, then it's arguably...
Maybe more of an argument.
But there's an Iniesta, there's a Xavi,
right.
there's a
Yeah.
Puyol. Like,
We're getting into
Stefano.
We're
getting into different territory. Wrap up what you want to say. We got to move on.
Very good players, but you don't have a top 5 like in England, like in Argentina, like in Brazil, like in France. You have very good players. Still, Sergio Ramos, it's very arguable. He's the best when you have Iniesta, when you have Xavi, when you have Puyol, when you have Casillas.
Right, but when it comes to having, not ice in his veins, but we could say here, boiling in his veins and having that reaction, like you said, with Teosa after the Canales goal. Hey, I know we just scored, but you got to wake up and you got to help us out. That's the thing. That's the, hey, still 0-0 mentality to keep it going that this Monterrey team so desperately needs.
And
we got to move on. Yeah.
And when he didn't travel to Mazatlan, what happened?
I don't want to talk about it. We could talk about Tigres, though.
Beach lights got him.